Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm showing you how I made this really fun camp-themed cake for my nephew's 6th birthday party. So the day before, I started out by making a little tent out of cardstock and just rolling out some red gum paste and using the little cardboard tent as a template to cut it out. And you do want to do this the day before so it has time to get nice and firm so that it can sit up. And I just used my little pizza wheel cutter to cut it out, and then I used one of my favorite tools, which is my fabric marker, to run little stitches along the edges of the tent. Then after I did that, I flipped my piece of fondant or my piece of gum paste upside down. I laid a piece of wax paper down, and then I put my template on top of there and flipped it all back over, and then folded it into my tent shape, and then I set it aside to harden for about 24 hours. I did have to use some, I don't even remember what I used, a cup or something just to kind of hold it in place so that it didn't flatten out and it kept that nice tall shape. But again, just set it aside and let it dry. Then I rolled out some green and some brown fondant. I used my Christmas tree cookie cutter to cut out my pine trees. And for every tree that's on your cake, you do need to cut out 2 shapes. Then I cut out a wooden sign, and I just made sort of like the bottom part of the post. I did cut those to be even pieces, just rectangles, no exact measurements on there, just kind of eyeball it. And then one larger piece to be like the part of the sign with the words on it. And then I just used one of my sculpting tools to write Camp Jacks and to draw some arrows. And then I kind of went in and did like a little pressing motion to give it kind of like that burnt wood effect. So it just kind of had like little, almost like little notches into where all the letters were. And then set these pieces aside to dry for about 24 hours as well, or to get hard. Then after everything had time to get nice and hard, I used candy melts to adhere everything together. I needed for my tree and my sign to have a stick so that they could stick into the cake and have some support. And so I just used some candy melt on the back of one of the trees, put a stick in there, and then put the other tree on top. And then set those aside to kind of harden, and they just need about 15-20 minutes or so from there. Then I did the same thing with my post. I put them together with the stick in the middle, and then I kind of curved it a little bit just to kind of fill in any gap spaces, and then I glued that onto the back side of the sign part that had the writing on it. And again, just set that aside for about 15 minutes or so just to get nice and hard. And then I baked 2 8-inch chocolate cakes, frosted them in chocolate frosting, and then I did a chocolate ganache drizzle on the top. If you guys want more information on how I did this part of the cake, let me know in the comment section, and I'm happy to do that for you guys. And then I put the ganached cake into the fridge to chill, and then I came back and redid it again with some melted green candy melts, just so that it kind of had some brown and some green. And then I poked in my trees and then pulled the wax paper off of my tent. Do that very gently because you don't want to, after all that work, for your tent to crack. So just pull it off gently, and I placed that on, and then I put my sign into my cake. And then I also used some chocolate rocks from the candy store, and I put those around the top of the cake and then around the bottom edge. And that was it. This is probably one of the most simple cakes I've ever made, but I'm telling you, I got the most compliments on my cake page from this. So many people were so impressed with this cake, and it was so easy. So that was it. If you guys end up recreating this cake, be sure to tag me in it on social media with the hashtag DIY with Katie, and I will see you on my next video. Bye!